Is that the way we're going to do it? Do we get it? Do we do it? Do we get it? And do we do it? All right, here we go. Everybody, good afternoon. It is finally here. We are at Draft Day 2025. Super excited. I know I don't really sound like it right now. We're trying to make sure everything's plumb level and square so we can bring you the best pre-draft day show possible. Mr. Detroit City, let's go Lions, dude. Welcome to have you here. We're going to start our little poll off. I am running a little bit behind schedule, y'all. Big fucking surprise. Swore a little too early. Big effing surprise. What are we gonna do at 28? Trade? Pick or trade? Pick? Trade. Start poll. We'll let that run for a couple of minutes here and see how it kind of shakes out. Hey, everybody, welcome to the Hat and Beard Show pre-draft Palooza extra special fireworks and gunshots and woo, all kinds of stuff. Yippee, 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 we've been plugging it all week. We're here and ready to rock and roll. Got a couple things that we want to go over first. Some breaking news. You can see right there on your screen right there. Some things we're going to talk about. We're going to delve into the draft stuff. We got all kinds of news and stories lined up for you. First, we're going to talk about Kerby Joseph. Then we're going to look at some mock draft by Albert Breer's final mock draft. We're going to go ahead and look at some rumors about the Lions, talk about Shedeur Sanders. We'll be running some mock draft simulators here. But before we do all that, do me a solid. Go ahead and, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Like this content if you enjoy what we do. Ring that notification bell so that you can be notified every day that we go live Monday through Wednesday during the offseason, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here at youtube.com. Today is our special pre-draft day show just for you. It's an extra special bonus episode. We're going to be running the full 2 hours from 5 to 7 p.m. Maybe some of you guys are getting out of work. Some of you guys are already at home, but we're going to be hanging out here with you. And if you're at home, let's go ahead and have ourselves a soda pop, fellas. Right? Let's go ahead and have ourselves a soda. If you're already at home, if you're on your way home, we're going to enjoy this for you. Hopefully, you can come and join us here pretty soon, guys. While you're rooting around in the bathtub underneath the video, while I pour ourselves a little soda pop here to enjoy, go ahead and we already said subscribe, like the video, share this around with all your friends. It's the best way to help promote the channel. Boy, we are not off to a great start, but let's get into it.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
Going to kick it over to the chat real quick. Our guy, Mr. Detroit City, I do agree with you here. Let's go Lions. Pick at 28. And since we're dumping JMO's ass back at the bus stop, we might have another first rounder in my eyes. You never know with Brad. And that's something we're going to say a bunch of times over here today. We're going to continuously beat that dead horse that I have been on for weeks now. And that is whatever Brad Holmes does, we can't question. Brad Holmes is going to obviously knows ball a lot better than we do. He's going to do whatever Brad Holmes thinks is best. And with the results that we have seen with the Detroit Lions in years past, who are we to question what Brad Holmes is going to do? Now, with this article we got pulled up right here, with the Kerby Joseph becomes highest paid safety with 4-year, $86 cool $1 million in 4-year extension. This news broke late yesterday. One, let's be excited about this, right? Like, come on. Kerbzilla, Kerby Joseph. I'm chasing Chase, listening on the ride home. My dude, I'm glad to have you, bro. I'm glad you're listening on your ride home. Cheers to you, my guy. When I heard Kerby Joseph sign this mega deal, you guys know I'm possibly the biggest Kerby Joseph fan in the content creation sphere. I continuously go on record saying that Kerby Joseph is the best safety in football. The best safety in football. He leads the NFL in interceptions since entering the league as a third-round pick, right? A hybrid conversion wide receiver to safety in his final year at Illinois, right? And He deserves every single penny of this extension. So one, that's super duper awesome that we have Kerby Joseph, one of the leaders of the organization, one of the individuals, the cornerstones, the foundationary turning point, one of the catalysts that helped write the franchise, and one of the glue pieces that keeps everything in the vision that Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes really want. But kind of agreeing here with Mr. Detroit City. What this told me is Brad Holmes has something cooked up. Brad Holmes has he's in the kitchen. Chef, yes, chef. Yes, chef. Yes, chef. Whatever you need, chef. Brad Holmes back there, and he's got his Chef Brad ID hat on instead of Boyardee Brad ID. Chef Boyardee hat on there, and he is cooking up something. He's got something in the works where you're not going to commit this kind of money to a focal point player like this, now the highest paid safety in the game. You're not going to commit this kind of money when you're still looking at what to do with the future of JMO. If you're going to commit this kind of money, knowing that you still have to re-sign Aiden Hutchinson, Brian Branch, Sam Laporta, Jameer Gibbs, so on and so forth, Jack Campbell, it signals to me that Brad Holmes is already allocating the funds that would have been tied up in a JMO 5th year, that would have been tied up in a JMO 4-year, $28 million per year, similar money to what Kerby Joseph has here. And I'm if I'm reading the tea leaves, and who am I would say that this is a huge indicator that Brad Holmes has already worked out a deal and has a plan for what we're going to do with Jameson Williams. I myself, let's be honest, have been having this obnoxious dream where somehow the Lions are able to move JMO over to the Dallas Cowboys with that 28 and with that 28th pick to pick up the move up to 12 with the Cowboys, and maybe a day 2 or a day 3 pick at worst case scenario. But you'd like to ideally trade JMO for JMO in the 28 for the 12 and a 3rd rounder. Let JMO go to Dallas, where he will take his finally broke 1,000-yard breakout season. Jameson Williams had a 1,000-yard breakout year with a whopping 1,001 yards. Ooh, look out. You're not even the number 2 target here in Detroit. You don't have the skill set to be a solid number 1 player. You are a dynamic athlete, and you refuse to mature. So let's sell high. Let's go ahead and sell high before the market value crashes on that player. Before we get into this article, we're going to barrel roll on over to the chat here. I have an odd feeling Mason Graham slips to low double digits. Brad trades up to get him, but also Kenneth Grant to give Hutch his boys. Yes. So it's a very interesting thought there. The question I would have is what propels Mason Graham to slide? A lot of people are super high on Mason Graham. Sorry, boys, allergy season. What propels teams to get off of Mason Graham that he slides to the double digits? Now, are you talking early double digits? Are you in line with this Jameson Williams up for 12? Go somehow climb up to 12 to grab him, wheel and deal your way up there. Bad organizations trading up for QBs would cause it. Yeah, well, that very well could be, especially if things go wrong. Like, I have this weird feeling that the New York Giants are going to get way too high on, like, Ashton Genty and take him at 3 and just dog fuck the draft from there on out, cause just a cascading mania, in which then, of course, look, I'm going to be real. I'm pretty sure Shador slides out of the first round. I can't wait to see what Brad Holmes does. Jeanette Hall popping in the chat, one of our regulars. Appreciate it. You going to watch the draft tonight? You going to be tuned in 8 p.m.? Scouring there, seeing who slides, who falls, who goes where, what we're going to do. Look, if Mason Graham, if there is a world where Mason Graham slides out of the top 15, because that's some capital to go up from 28 to plus 15, can Brad Holmes wheel and deal his way to go after a Mason Graham? As much as I would love that, I think so. for the Mason Graham scenario where he somehow slides to the lines, where we can even begin to hypothetically fantasize about getting our dirty little dick beaters all over the massive monster out of Michigan there to pair him with Aiden Hutchinson and continue this hometown destructive defensive machine that we're building. It would have to be similar to last year where Terry and Arnold also slid way farther than all projections. Can that happen? Oh, 100% it could happen. We just seen it happen last year. Does this happen though? It's not quite lightning striking twice, right? But that is quite an ask, and but good organizations not only make the right decisions, but have Lady Luck on their side. This could be a reality situation. I think the better pipe dream to have is that we're trade out or allocate more or gather more draft capital, be it day 2 picks this year or next year, trade out of the first round into the early second round and get our hands on the guy that I've been standing for the past 2 weeks, and that's old Kenneth Grant, the other guy out of Michigan. I've also recently fallen in love with Nick Scorton, the other defensive end from Texas A&M. Shamar Stewart, although a physical specimen and very intriguing prospect, lacks, in my opinion, overly destructive moves in certain aspects where, yes, Nick Scorton has one very dominating move, and that is similar to, there's this other guy, he plays in the NFL. He relies heavily on a very dominant spin move. If only I could remember his name. He wears, I think, number 97 in Detroit and was the front runner for the defensive MVP through weeks 1 through 7, despite being injured after week 6. Right. So why not? Oh, could you imagine that? I've also become a larger and larger fan of Princely Umaniali, the defensive end from Ole Miss. The comparison that I heard that just I can't shake the thought of is, even in college he has tremendous bend and is a good athlete, and he is almost though craving a Batman to be his Robin. He's wanting this other running mate to have, and that is exactly what we're after, right? So you trade out of the first round. He's going to be there early second round, as we've seen this loaded class of defensive end talent where players are just sliding all over him. We've seen mocks where Mike Green falls to the second round, for Christ's sake, right? So things could happen. Back to the original topic here, though. Kerby Joseph becoming the highest paid safety with a 4-year, $86 million. Every single penny of that has been earned. Not 1 cent of that has been given. Kerby Joseph has earned every single penny of this highest paid safety contract. And to think here in the next couple years we'll have, well, unless somebody can reset the market, I don't know what the free agent market or contract markets look like for safeties next year, we will end up having the highest paid safety in the game, and we will also have the highest paid defensive end, even if it's only for a short period of weeks before somebody else breaks the market. But Aiden Hutchinson poised to break and reset the defensive end market. Brad Holmes showing again that he is very rewarding to his guys, right? We know he has a long leash with players that he likes. Think Emmanuel Mosley, right? Oh, excuse me, fellas. Had to work on the mower today. Took me a little longer than I wanted. Got to eat a lot of old dust and dirt. Been a little sinusy. So let's get into this here. The Detroit Lions continue to lock up core franchise pieces with top of market deals. Safety Kerby Joseph agreed to a 4-year, $86 million contract extension on Wednesday. That will make him the highest paid safety in NFL history. NFL insider Ian Rappaport reported. Joseph's $21.5 million annual salary and his $86 million total value each exceed the previous highs of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers safety Antoine Winfield Jr. at $84.1 million, which is a cool 21.025. So Kerby Joseph, my guy Kerby Joseph was set to make $3.62 million in base salary this season in his final year of his rookie contract. Could have let him play on that rookie contract, right? But we've been through free agency. Brad Holmes has the guys that he wants, more or less, short of the pre-training camp individuals, right? The roster warriors, we'll say. We could have let him play on that $3.6 million. Kerby Joseph, though, is part of the future of the Detroit Lions. Brad Holmes brought him in, gave him the opportunity, gave him the chance that teams weren't going to give, right? I mean, who wanted former collegiate wide receiver turned safety out of Illinois? Brad Holmes did. Brad Holmes is the smartest man in the NFL, more or less. Him and what's his name, Howie Wiseman, the Eagles GM. Both those guys have just a ferocious eye for talent. And Kerby Joseph could have played on this cool $3.62 million. But now look at that. Now he's going to make 21.5. That's well, I'm not going to lie, fellas. We have contract negotiations coming up here for a new CBA, and maybe I'll start to look for that type of deal. Joseph, 24, emerged as one of the top young safeties in the NFL last season, or ever since he stepped on the field, recording a league-best 9 interceptions en route to his first-team All-Pro honors, though he surprisingly was left off the NFC Pro Bowl roster. Actually, yeah, and the reason for that is I mentioned this to Hatton Boobs. I said, hey, Kerby Joseph signs a big mega deal, super big money, reset the market. And she goes, that's crazy, especially because, she's like, what players say about him. He does have that tag of being a dirty player because, well, guys get hurt when he gets tackled. Is this as egregious as, say, Ndamukong Suh stomping on dudes? Yeah, I don't think it's quite that bad. Could Kerby Joseph maybe not go as low as he always does? Yes. Is he doing anything wrong? Is it illegal, though? Nope. All right, well, then let him do his thing. If you don't like it, change the rules. I feel like I'm the best safety in the NFL, Joseph told the Jim Rome Show this offseason. I am always going to strive to continue to be the best. That's right. He went on the Jim Rome Show. Clones. Excellent. I got Kerby Joseph on the phone. Clones. I was a big Jim Rome fan. Back in the day, Joseph is now paid the best, becoming the latest player to receive a big money extension in the Motor City. Last offseason, the Lions handed out massive deals to QB, MVP JG16, wide receivers Amon-Ra St. Brown, and give him his gold jacket already. Offensive tackle Penei Sewell, my second favorite player on the roster. And it's crazy to think. I am a massive Penei Sewell fan, and it takes a lot for someone else to overcome the bias and favoritism that I show offensive linemen. It takes an even bigger talent to overcome a player who is an alumni of the University of Michigan. But as much as I am a gigantic fan of Penei Sewell, Aiden Hutchinson has indeed carved out that very special spot of my favorite player for the Detroit Lions. Although some would say I have a big man crush on JG16 for MVP. This year, the focus appears to be on the defensive side of the ball, as pass rusher Aiden Hutchinson is also eligible for an extension. He will get paid, though I would expect the Lions to more or less kind of push him in the direction of, picking up that fifth-year option just because it gives them the assurance that he will bounce back. Do I think he needs to prove himself? if I was Brad Holmes handing out deals, no, I'm not making Aiden Hutchinson prove himself. I'm gambling on his ability to bounce back. So that's a little news that broke late yesterday. We're gonna roll on over to the chat. Jeanette Hall will be watching the draft tonight. That's right. So will we. We will be sitting here rocking and rolling, waiting to watch the Lions pick at 28 just to trade out. I'm super excited. Mr. Detroit City, I'm in the same boat. I'm Hutch over Sewell. We're in the minority. I know we are, dude. I know we are. And the thing is, bro, is it's by no means me taking away from Penei Sewell. I love Penei Sewell. He is like my second favorite player in the league. Just a little bit behind Aiden Hutchinson. For me, what it comes down to is, all right. So here's the thing with Aiden Hutchinson. Because I was born and raised in Michigan, because I played high school ball in Michigan, because I wanted to always play high school or college ball in Michigan, right? Not for Michigan, but in the state of Michigan. Is it not wrong to say that Aiden Hutchinson, now there's a very specific player, right? Those of us who born, raised in Michigan, played high school ball in Michigan. He played his college ball in Michigan and also grew up a Detroit Lions fan. Now, I played ball with a lot of guys that were not Lions fans because they were a joke of an organization, right? But Aiden Hutchinson, tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong, that Aiden Hutchinson is not literally living out almost every single Michigander little boy playing ball is not literally living out the dream of being the guy. Yes, we were trending in the right direction with Brad Holmes and the moves that he made, but Aiden Hutchinson was that guy that got us over the hump. I've said it before, he is the most impactful player on our team. He is the only guy who could have changed the outcome of the divisional round against the Washington Commies this year, right? Am I wrong that Aiden Hutchinson is living out every little Michigander, little boy playing football, growing up in the era where the Lions were trash, right? He's living the dream. He's literally living the dream. You know what I'm saying? Which is why I put him a little bit above Penei Sewell, because even though Penei Sewell is possibly the most important part of the Detroit Lions rebuild, he is the foundationary piece. He is the first pick that Brad Holmes ever made. The guy that he came in as a franchise rebuild, a complete teardown, franchise ownership, changing from the old to the new, with Sheila coming in, with Dan Campbell calling and saying, I want the job, not even being selected, but this new way of developing your front office, your coaching staff, everything from the top down, this complete tear down and rebuild. Penei Sewell was the guy that Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell came in and hung their hat on and said, you are the first piece to this. That you are the first guy that we can say, you are coming here. You. The only reason Aiden Hutchinson passes him on my favorite player for the Detroit Lions organization and my favorite player in the NFL is because of the homegrown bias that I have as a Michigander. Over in the chat, Mr. Detroit City, Aiden is homegrown. All of those hipsters out there who are the ones who hold a penny and higher light are the same hipsters who say they shop local. They contradict themselves. Yes, that is true. Basically, I think the majority of people, when you hear people say, oh, it's my favorite players, Gibbs, oh, Amon-Ra, oh, even the Penei Sewells, most of them I think you could say are more or less bandwagon jumpers. They weren't through the trials, the fire, the 0-16 season, the Dan Orlovsky running out of the back of the end zone, the desperation for Pad Stafford to have 1,000-yard running back, drafting Jordan Dizon, Sean Rogers returning a fumble for a scoop and score and flopping his fat ass in the end zone and deflating and crushing the chest of Ford Field for nearly a decade. Those of us who went through that understand just how deep the Aiden Hutchinson story is, right? And that's just kind of where I hang my hat on that. So, now that we have glazed Frank the Tank, those days are over, bro. It's time to move on. Go Lions. Yes, no, I completely agree with you. I'm not at all saying the SOL is anywhere near what it once was. I'm just saying that it's for me where my bias of being a Penne fan or being a Hutchinson fan over certain players is a certain connectability that it's living vicariously through Aiden Hutchinson for lack of a better term, if that makes sense. Seeing not only it happen for the organization, but seeing it happen with the story behind the player. Homegrown, played at U of M, was on a dominant force at U of M, was selected and happily selected to come to Detroit because he wanted to be that guy. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like that's what I wanted to do when I was, a young guy. I see the Lions taking a cornerback or wide receiver at 28. Frank, Mr. Tank, I would like to say shout out, Mr. Frank the Tank. Welcome. I've never had you in the chat before, so welcome, dude. Thank you for engaging. Please stick around, hang out. My question is, so you see us sitting tight at 28 and taking a corner or wide receiver. Which wide receiver would you think is there? Because the only corner I think will be there will be Shavon Revel, the guy out of East Carolina. I'm not really sold on him. So wide receiver, are you talking like a Matthew Golden or that kid from Missouri? And if that case, does J-Mo get moved on from Mr. Detroit City? Same reason I would take Max Crosby over Myles Garrett. Crosby has a piece of his heart in Michigan. I completely am in the exact same boat with you. Yet again, Mr. Detroit City, you are taking the thought right out of my head. Mr. Frank the Tank, they will get a defensive tackle at 60. Yes, so who slides to 60? Who are we taking at 60? Who's going to slide to 60? Who would be there? That's an awful long time to sit around with our dick in our hand, hoping that somebody big falls. There is a strong possibility. I'm just not really familiar who would be there. Bro, been watching the team since '83. This is the Lions' time for us to believe. Go Lions. There is no arrogance with Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell. That's why they will win. Yes, dude, there is no arrogance. There is. So this is what I love about Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes, man. This is what I love about Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes. So I'm 37 years old, graduated in 2006, grew up in this era where the phrase poser was used quite often. I myself like to think that I am unabashedly exactly who I am internally, I am externally. What you see is what you get, and I can't stand posers. And what I love about Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell is there is pure authenticity and absolutely no bullshit. What you see is what you get. Brad Holmes, I don't think he gives bullshit answers. I think he is look at the Hendon Hooker situation. Flat ass outright. Look, if Hendon Hooker wants to be the number 2 quarterback, he needs to go and earn the number 2 quarterback. Pretty fucking cut and dry. Am I wrong? They're a real, brother. Tell us all. Yes, dude. They are real as hell, aren't they, dude? That's the thing about them there. So you've been watching since '83, all right? So I'm guessing you're in your late 40s, early 50s, my dude. Little Mr. Gen Xer bringing in with the reality. That's what I like to see, my guy. We're welcoming to all. So let's kick it on over to SI.com. We're going to be looking at Mr. Albert Breer, NFL mock draft. Albert Breer predicts the first round. Latest intel has only one quarterback coming off the board, along with several pass rushers, defensive tackles, and offensive linemen. before we get into this, if you guys haven't already, if you're new here, would you mind just doing me a rock solid favor? If you could just barrel roll down into the bathtub underneath the video here, subscribe to the channel, ring that notification bell, just so you guys know we are live during the off season, Monday through Wednesday, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here at YouTube. Share this video around with all your friends. Look, I totally understand. I completely understand I not wanting to share this with people that you know, right? Like, I get it. I don't want to be affiliated with myself either. So here's this cool thing you can do. Check this out. Yo, if you just click share and then just copy that link to your clipboard, the algorithm doesn't know the difference. So that's the best way that you can help get this out and tell the algorithm, hey, this guy's not so bad. And then, of course, like the video. That is it costs you nothing. It's $0 to just go ahead and boop that like button. Just hit the like button. I just shared your channel, brother. Mr. Frank the Tank, 52 years old, bro. Thank you. Thank you, Frank the Tank. You are my guy. Jeanette Hall, I've been a Lions fan since 72. I'm the senior citizen here. Maybe in years, but I'm 37, going on 80. You, of all people, probably understand this. Growing up, I was a very big fan of, there is still, but it sucks now, let's be honest, a television news program on CBS called 60 Minutes. Yeah, it sucks now, but man, when I was a kid, at the back end of 60 Minutes, they had this segment with an old guy by the name of Andy Rooney. If you guys know who Andy Rooney is, he's a very old bird. He's basically my spirit animal. So I am 37 going on 80. Oh, Frank the Tank, whatever Streamlabs just did, just disregard that, dude. I don't understand what Streamlabs is doing. Sorry about that, bud. Don't hold it against me. I don't understand Streamlabs. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay? We're all just kind of winging it at this point. So whatever Streamlabs just did, let me see if I can seeing if I can undo this Streamlabs thing, because I don't like it being in control. There, I'm gonna put you. I'm gonna put Streamlabs in timeout. There, you stupid AI. You're in timeout, AI. There. Sorry about that, guys. All right, so now that y'all are liked, shared, and subscribed, and we're ready to do this, should we go ahead and let's read a couple more chats. Where are my 87 jersey right now? Dude, yes, hey, look, bro, yeah, Frank the Tank, look at us, dude, twins, bro, twins, yeah, ha. Full disclosure, I was going to wear my Jared Goff shirt, but I put it on, and I didn't realize that Hat and Boobs was like, oh, you got a stain. And there's a little stain. She's like, they won't be able to see it. It's like, they won't be able to see it, but it's going to drive me nuts. So I go back into the bedroom, and I come back out, and I go, there, that's better. And she didn't notice the number change. She goes, what'd you do, get the stain? I was like, no, I put on my Sam Laporta shirt. I put on my Sam Laporta shirt. Look at us go, bro. Mr. Detroit City. Andy is a legend. Hey, people, give me crap for talking about for a guy named Wayne Dyer. Half the time, look at me sideways when I say I read his books. Hey, man, dude, Andy Rooney is my guy. Old souls indeed, my friend. Old souls indeed. I still need to come to work. I still need to come to work. My self-taught magic. I still need to come work. My self-taught magic. Gotcha, Chase. Sorry, bro. I got like a 6th grade reading level, dude. I'm kind of dumb. Hey, Frank at the Tank, I appreciate you being cool with it, man. It's a learning curve here, bro. We are trying to figure it out as we go along. So, while we're a half hour into our marathon 2-hour live stream, you guys are killing it in the chat right now. Keep it up, y'all. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, guys. I really appreciate it. So let's go ahead and look at Mr. Albert Breer in his first round predictions. I hate this NFL mock draft. Oh, well, I guess there's no point in reading that. I mean, if the guy who produced it hates it, am I? Huh, okay. Well, okay. You self-deprecating bastard. Let me just tell you something here, Mr. Breer. You lose the audience when you come swinging out with self-deprecation right out the rip. You gotta have a nice easy opener, and then maybe get slightly start tagging in the self-deprecating jokes as you go along. You gotta build some trust here, butthead. Oh, you butthead. I was changing and tweaking and messing around with it until midnight, thanks to his editors, and I still don't feel good about it. That's normal for me, but it's worse this year. The reason 3 or 4 picks in this year's NFL draft becomes a jumbled mess. Arizona's T-Mac could go 5th or fall to the mid-20s. Marshall's Mike Green could go in the mid-teens, and I have him out of the first round altogether. So yeah, I said we've been seeing him pop out of the first round. Got a dip at 6:30. Bible study, Romans 13 tonight. Let's go. I'm down to rock and roll with you until then. Mr. Detroit City, I would have zero expectations for you to put this over that, dude. Seriously, that is exactly what you need to do, my guy. And let me know when you're heading out. Blessed be to you, my dude. L. Martinez, do you think we snag a big-bodied wide receiver? How big of a body are you talking? Are you talking a T-Mac? Are you talking a T-Mac McMillan there out of Arizona? How big is big? Are we talking bigger than Amon Ra? Or are you talking bigger than 6'4"? 6'4", okay. Pat Bryant in the 4th round. Mr. Detroit City, you know it. That's exactly who I was going to say. Pat Bryant in the 4th round. He is a bigger body. Think Josh Reynolds. Think Fireball Tim Patrick. But he's just a tenacious run blocker. And in the world that I am currently fantasizing about, the future of the Detroit Lions does not have Jameson Williams on the roster. And there is one thing that I can say undoubtedly about Jameson Williams, and that is if you go back and watch the tape, the majority of Jahmyr Gibbs' long runs, there is one guy downfield blocking that generally pops in the back end to keep Gibbs alive and allow him to accelerate past the safety, and that is Waymo Jamo. He is, for his size and diva stature, he is a relatively solid down the field blocker. I got to hand it to him. So in the world that I'm living in, where we unload the diva disaster that is Jameson Williams, we do need to replace that ability. Fireball Tim Patrick, although a good down the field blocker, is not the long-term solution for the Lions. So if we're sitting in the 4th round, I really like the Pat Bryant move. Troy Horton could be a good steal mid-rounds for a wide receiver. Yes, I do like that idea. I do, though. I really like the idea of moving up and grabbing Matthew Golden to replace Waymo Jamo, the diva Detroit City disaster. Let's go ahead and look at this guy. No surprise here. He's got Cam Ward going number 1 overall. It's pretty much set in stone. Not worth wasting much time here. I've heard Ward compared to Steve Air McNair, Big Ben Roethlisberger, and stylish at least Patrick Mahomes. And even if he's not the level of a prospect that the top 3 guys were last year, the Titans can see a ceiling with Ward that I'll give a shot to scale the AFC Mount Olympus of playoff quarterbacks. Yes, I have said many, many times, although the rookie ceiling for Cam Ward I don't think is as high as Shedeur Sanders. I do think Shedeur Sanders comes in and is more pro-ready. The career ceiling for Cam Ward is higher than that of Shedeur Sanders, though admittedly I don't think either of those 2 guys are long-term quarterbacks in the NFL. The quarterback in this draft class that I see having the longest career longevity, simply because of his athleticism, is that of Jalen Milroe. I do think he actually does climb to the 1st round to go to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Yeah, that's my take on Cam Ward. The Cleveland Browns, they got him taking Travis Hunter, cornerback, wide receiver out of Colorado. No surprise there. The Giants are then going to grab Abdul Carter. I don't know why, but I just have this weird feeling that the Giants are going to Giants themselves in this draft. And even though we all are just anticipating whomever of the three or whomever of the two between Travis Hunter and Abdul Carter don't go to Cleveland, that the Giants are going to end up taking that person. In this world, either one of those two would be a massive boon for the G-men, though it's just for some reason I think they're going to be trying to replace Saquon. Maybe there is just that little bit of a kick in the pants situation where they're still upset about that. And is it too much to say that they really just get froggy with it here and make everyone's draft a goofy situation and take Ashton Genty as high as 3? Could that be possible? This is something. I don't know why I woke up this morning. First of all, I knew this morning was going to be wild because I woke up with Motley Crue's Girls, Girls, Girls in my head, and that is a telltale indicator to me that today is going to be a very interesting day. So that's maybe why I'm feeling that Ashton Genty could go as high as 3. Down in the chat, I'm chasing Chase. I don't know why it keeps doing that to you, Frank. We will get it figured out. Motor City, I like your flavor, Frank the Tank. Yeah, Frank, by the way, dude, I have absolutely no idea why it keeps doing that to your chats, dude. I've seen it pop up a couple of times, and I don't know why, but for some reason it keeps doing it. Sorry about that, fellas. I can guarantee you, Frank, that it is nothing that myself nor the Blue Wrench Gang is doing. I'm not worried about it, bro. I'm a realist like Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell. Hey, dude, I appreciate it, dude. Thank you so much for being so understanding. Chase, thank you for helping out, bro. Seriously. You guys, we do, like, the Blue Wrench crew. Can we give a big round of applause to the Blue Wrench crew? These guys be working overtime. Obviously, I don't pay them nothing. They're here damn near every single day. Streamlabs is timing you out. Okay. You know what? Let's see if we can. Let's see. Yeah, my boy Blue. I don't know how to change that in Streamlabs. I'm sorry, guys. It's saying he's typing messages that are too long. Must be a setting trip. Okay. We'll work on that. Don't worry about it tonight, guys. Frank seems to be really understanding. I appreciate that. We will work to change that in the future because I like to hear what you guys have to say. I don't like you being censored by an algorithm that doesn't know what I want. Keep the robots out of my mind. You might have to wait till the stream is over to adjust it. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking, Chase. I appreciate it. AI can't handle us Beard fans. That's true. AI doesn't know what it's getting into when we come rocking and rolling, dude. They're like, what is this? These people don't fit any mold. They're a bunch of free-thinking, out-of-the-box thinking individuals with independent thoughts. They don't know what to do with you guys, man. Robots can't grow beards. Exactly, dude. Robots can't grow beards, and they are salty about it. Bandwagon fan. You're a bandwagon fan? No, you're not a band. Oh, the AI is a bandwagon fan. Yeah. In this mock draft, they got the Patriots grabbing Will Little Arms Campbell, who I think that's the most ridiculous reason for him to slide. The guy is just a dominant force. If Carter and Hunter are both off the board, all winds are blowing towards Campbell. He's a big-time program fit for Mike Vrabel. I think that's exactly what the Patriots do. However, in this strange, bizarre world that I'm living in where the Giants seem to decide to go Ashton Genty at 3, the Patriots then, I mean, it's a no-brainer. Whomever between Carter and Hunter isn't taken by the Browns. Or I mean, do the Patriots even let the clock run down, right? To be fair, he can't grow a beard either. I'm chasing Chase. Yeah, dude, you might not be able to grow a beard physically, but you can grow a beard spiritually, my guy. And I know you, dude. You've got like a long Viking beard spiritually, my guy. I mean, very, very long beard spiritually, my dude. I can vouch for that. I know you, dude. I can vouch for that. 150% I can vouch for that. Man. Boys, I haven't had any beer in 90 days, and I got to say, beer is good. We're on vacation. I figure I'll have me a couple of soda pops while I'm on vacation, right? And then After vacation, we'll get back to that clean living, dude. Got to get the machine right. Next week, guys, we are going to be talking about what you, as Lions fans, can do to better prepare yourself to help the team get over that hump and propel us to Super Bowl superstardom. And it all starts with your physical health. And we're going to be doing that. And I think we all need to hold ourselves accountable. The better and healthier we are, the better and healthier the team is. Number 5, the Jags are going to take Ashton Genty here. It's a bit of a surprise. I have seen rumors from all the experts, all the Peter Schrager's, all the Ian Rappaport's, all the Adam Schefters are talking about the apparently Jacksonville is a very desperate girl at prom time who just waited around too long, pissed off all the boys. Can't find herself a date to be dancing with, but she sure is spreading her legs down there in Jacksonville, just hoping that somebody's there to take her to the dance, because she wants to go dancing and trade out of the number 5 spot. From everything I've heard, now I will be really upset. Beantown breakdown. Sorry, I didn't mean to get interrupted there with my thought. Looked over the chat. Beantown breakdown. Brother, welcome. I'm happy to see you here, dude. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for hanging out, dude. Me and Beantown, he's one of the OG subscribers to the channel, you guys. So big shout out to Beantown Breakdown. In fact, he's the original Blue Wrench guy down in the chat. He is the original Blue Wrench motherfucker, wielding it, dropping the band hammer on people. I live down here in Florida. Nobody wants to dance with her. Facts, that's true. Nobody wants to go to Jacksonville. She's been ridden hard and put away wet too many times by too many different head coaches, too many problems. She's kind of that, it's like, she doesn't have the real bad, never, the never go away, the forever STDs. It's just, yeah, she's always kind of got something kicking around down there, and you don't really want to. She's kind of like a fat girl, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to be seen with the fat girl down in Jacksonville. I think Jacksonville is a moped. You don't want your friends to see you with her. The Las Vegas Raiders, Oakland, are going to take in this world Calvin Banks. Makes sense from a foundationary standpoint, right? Makes sense to make the smart move there, foundationary, build out just like the Lions. But Vegas has ownership that likes to meddle and tell coaches what they're going to do. So we'll see how much power does Pete Carroll actually have in this world where Ashton Genty is long gone by 6 for the Raiders. I can't see them passing up on T-Mac, the big wide receiver out of Arizona. What is going on with this? You know what? How's this? Take that, Streamlabs. I now made Frank the Tank a moderator so that he can put as many chats in as he wants. Jacksonville is the girl that you'll send to the hospital in the morning because it burns when you pee. I might be going to hell for that one. No, dude, you would not be going to hell for that one because you don't live in Jacksonville. As long as you stay out of Jacksonville, you are not in hell. I do feel like everybody's got a blue wrench at this point, but you know what? I don't understand this Streamlab thing, man. It's pissing me off, man. The little dickhead strength, just freaking Streamlabs. In this world, the Jets take Ahmed Membu, who some experts say is the best tackle in the draft. Aaron Glenn doesn't get cute with it here. A lot of people are saying they're going to take Tyler Warren from Penn State, the super talented tight end, give Justin Fields a weapon. We do know that Cole Kmet did see relative success whenever Justin Fields wasn't running for his life in the Windy City. It could be argued. Now, do I like a world where we take tight ends in the first round? No, absolutely. In the past few years, there's only one tight end that I think we could give a first-round grade to, and that's Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts is the only guy I don't think I would have passed on in the first round. Oh, well, we're in Jacksonville. We're already down there. Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, that's true. Exactly. We're in Jacksonville. We're already in hell, dude. She's just a dirty, dirty whore that just wants to go dancing, but no one wants to dance with her except for another grimy little franchise like them fuckers in Chicago. About to ban Streamlabs. I hate it with a passion. Yeah, dude, I might actually just straight up but I do like some of the like some of the ways that Streamlabs allows me to kind of watch the chat. You know what I'm saying? I just got to figure it out. I just got to watch me a couple of tutorials on YouTube University on how to use Streamlabs. Gotta get my knowledge up. It's a skill issue, boys. It's a skill issue. Don't blame it on Streamlabs. I'm gonna take fault for this one. It's a skill issue. I didn't know what I was doing when I was setting her up. And to be honest, I say some pretty stupid things, and I didn't want people coming in and talking a bunch of crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? The Panthers are going to take Jalen Walker from Georgia at 8. And the New Orleans Saints are going to grab Mykel Williams instead of a quarterback. We did read a mock draft just the other day where they took Jackson Dart at number 9. And here in this world, they're going to take Mykel Williams, probably looking to replace, we can learn from Cam Jordan as he inches closer to retirement. The dickheads in the Windy City are going to take Tyler Warren. Good, yes, perfect. That's funny, dude. I wiped out on a moped and prom because of a girl. Oh, dude. So I got a Harley, right? And I ride motorcycles, but like back in the day, me and my roommate back when we lived in the hood, our buddy had a moped that he let me borrow for like 6 months or whatever. Demo, if you're in the chat, shout out to you, dude. If you're lurking, he let us borrow this shitty old moped, and I mean, so I'm a big dude, right? You know, like 6'3", 250 regularly, right? And this moped would top out with me on it going downhill at like 28 miles an hour. Like that's all she could get going, bro. And I tell you, I used to just absolutely have a ball in the middle of the night. Me and Reggie would be all fucked up, and I would just go get this moped out and just zoom all over the hood in the middle of the night, all fucked up on this dorky little moped, dude. And one day, one day I was riding it, bro. One night I was riding it, and I started to wipe out. But since it's a moped, I just stood up. I just put my feet on the ground and stood up. Oh, this is back in 86. Damn, I wasn't even born yet, bro. The Jags are like a wet fart. Funny in the beginning and miserable and shitty at the end. Yo. Ain't that the truth, Beantown? It doesn't matter. I'm a member now. Take in my blue. Take my in blue. There you go. Yes, dude. See, yo, it don't wipe you out now that you got the blue. I can picture that. Dude, yeah, Chase, for real. It was me and Reggie. We lived up over on the north side off of Oakland, bro. Yeah, like up off of Oakland in the hood. And then, dude, bro, it wasn't even that hood, legit, because after that, after that house, we moved over to a house off of Pleasant Grove and Jolly. Yeah, dude, we moved into like the hood. I didn't give a shit. Ryan Allen, Donkey Kong, and Mario Kart. Well, Ryan. Hey, you guys. Shout out to Ryan Allen. He's my boy. We go way, way back. A good friend of mine, you guys. So shout out to Ryan Allen. Yeah, that is hood, isn't it, Chase? Exactly. Played tight end my whole career. Tight ends are always open, man. Well, if the tight end is always open, wouldn't it be a loose end? I got jokes. Hey. To be honest, Frank, I played tackle and defensive end in high school, and I always wanted to play tight end. I always thought tight end was like the coolest position, dude. Growing up, man, I was such a big fan of Frank Wycheck for the Tennessee Titans. Such a big fan. I can see now hat riding around high as fuck in this little clown car size. Dude, yes, it was. It was like this tiny little shitty blue moped. And we just get all like real fucked up, dude. Me and Red, because that's all we did, bro, is we just worked and would just get fucked up, right? And it was summer. There wasn't nothing going on. And to be honest, when you live in the hood, most people don't give a fuck, bro. Like, I know people are like, oh, the hood. And yeah, it would be nice to not have like hoods and low income areas. It'd be nice if everybody was elevated to a higher standard. But one of the nice things, now it can work in your negative, because if you're the one who's getting fucked with, you know, no one's going to say anything. But if you're just out fucking around in the hood, no one's going to fucking bother you. No one's going to say shit. No one's going to call the cops, dude. You can just, as long as you ain't fucking with nobody, you're legit straight, bro. You're so straight. So in this goofy ass mock draft that Alex Breer, who I think's been drinking too many beers, he's got Tyler Warren, and this is exactly what I want to see have happen. The Chicago Bears, go ahead and draft yourself Eric Ebron 2.0. Go ahead, knock your socks off. Ben Small PP, Benedict Arnold Johnson, the trader in the Windy City. Your first pick can be a total turd. Take a tight end in the first round. I fucking dare you. Oh my God, I dare you. I lived in a trailer park and then moved into the hood for a long time. Just kind of your business, and you're exactly, dude. As long as you got those crazy eyes. Yeah, 420, dude. Well, that's the thing. Like, we was always blazing, and like, I'm super libertarian, so like, I'll be blazing and packing. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, dude. But Chase, you nailed it, dude. You nailed it. As long as you mind your own business, it's them nosy motherfuckers that always be getting in trouble. If you mind your own fucking business, nobody's gonna fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? It's when other people be sticking their nose where it doesn't fucking belong, and then we have a fucking problem. You know what I'm saying? Lived off MLK by GM, worked at the auto parts store over there. You gotta be chill. Yeah, I know exactly where that's at, bro. I know exactly where you're talking. Yeah. That was the hood. That is the hood, my guy. Holy shit. Me too, bro. Stand your ground here in Florida. Stand your ground in Florida is one of the beautiful things about the great sunshine state of Florida, dude. Everyone minds their own business. They don't have a choice. Exactly. Well, and that's, look, some people might disagree with it, but I do believe that a armed society is a polite society. Between you, me, and everybody that's listening, I don't think that there is any verbiage in the Second Amendment of the Constitution of the United States that says, comma, under the approval of the king. I do believe it says shall not be infringed, and that's about the end of that. I don't think I should have to ask for permission for me to carry and protect my own self as an independent individual who takes my own self-preservation into his own hands. I don't think I should lay there being stabbed saying, please, please send a law enforcement officer. I think I should be able to defend myself and handle it as I see fit. And then to protect myself, strongly recommend everybody do this for a cool price of $39.99 a month. You yourself can buy the peace of mind that all of us 2A enthusiasts covet so much, and get yourself a USCCA membership. $39.99 a month buys you the peace of mind and a little card to carry everywhere that most district attorneys, once they find out that you are a USCCA membership, tend to automatically just drop the charges because it is not worth it for them to deal with the mighty force of the USCCA. Hell no, bro. Oh, wait, hang on. I'm losing you guys in the chat. You guys are going wild. I love this. 100% agree with that. Dude, I'm 39. When we're kids, nobody fucked with anyone unless you were stirring the fucking pot. Let shit get hit. Say shit get hit. Exactly. 90s kids know what's up. Exactly. Hell no, bro. We are stepped up, ready to go over here in the east side. Yes, dude. My God. All right, Mr. Tank, are you east side Michigander or are you talking east coast? Chasing Chase to make the leftists cry. Even Mark said, don't give up your guns. Exactly, dude. Look at you. Using their own idols against them, my guy, because disarming the masses is disarming the working class, but they don't read, because by their own flawed logic, they shouldn't have to read, at least by modern standards, because, well, that's classism, right? That is a luxury, that's privilege to be able to read. 2 + 2 = 5 in their world. You can take me out of Detroit, but you can't take the Detroit out of me, Mr. Detroit City. Sometimes you just got to bust out the chalkboard, fuck around, find out charts. Yeah. The more you fuck around, the sooner it is you're going to find out. Exactly. 12 and Gratiot, brother. Okay, Frank the Tank. Fellow Michigander, my bro. Hell yeah, dude. Well, we're over here out of mid-Michigan, my guy. We're over here out of mid-Michigan, so... You know, as everybody measures here in the States, about an hour and a half, depending on traffic, from about where you're at, my guy. Depending on traffic and depending how close to 96 I want to drive on 96. Because if you're not driving 96 on 96, get the fuck out of my way. In this draft, the Niners are going to take Walter Nolan out of Ole Miss. The Dallas Cowboys are going to take my guy, Matthew Golden, out of Texas, which I did see. NFL Network had broadcast the players there and their walkout music. I am an old fan of rap from back in my day. I used to think I was pretty hood, and he picked a UGK song, and I was like, yes, dude! UGK! Everybody else picked modern artists. Matthew Golden, because he's from Texas, picked UGK. Like, that's so awesome, dude. That's so awesome. Beantown Breakdown. The cops take 8 minutes to get to my house. I have 10 friends that can run faster than any intruder. You better get right down to whatever you pray to, because you're about to meet them. FAFO. Yes, dude. I think that maybe we should. So maybe I should run for president in 2028, and my banner should just, like, my catchphrase should literally just be FAFO. You know what I'm saying? Like, I am running on the FAFO ticket. I am running on the principles of FAFO. The Miami Dolphins are going to grab our guy Mason Graham out of Michigan. It would be nice to see him slide, but everybody's very, very, very high on Mason Graham. The Colts are going to take Colston Loveland. I'm going to take a tight end in the first round, continuing to prove that the Indianapolis Colts have absolutely no idea what they are doing in the modern draft. The Atlanta Falcons are going to grab James Pierce Jr., the defensive end, outside linebacker, super athletic guy out of Tennessee. We've seen him slide everywhere as high as the top 10, all the way down to the second round. A big question mark player. Any person can be taken by the Atlanta Falcons. Most people are expecting them to go defense, defense, defense. I have heard they are equally as interested in trading around and moving out of the board as the Jacksonville Jaguars are. The problem is where they are sitting, there aren't many teams after them that have a tremendous amount of draft capital, so they'd be having to part ways with players in order to package a deal to move up to the 15th spot. I'm talking Buffalo. I'm talking the Chiefs, back end of 25 and plus. The Arizona Cardinals are going to grab Jihad Campbell, defensive end linebacker from Alabama. At 17, the Bengals go Jihad Barron, the corner out of Texas. The Seattle Seahawks at 18, going to beef up that offensive line. Everybody wants offensive line help in Seattle, and they get it with our sleeper pick, Gray Zabel, the guy, big guy out of a small school, North Dakota State, coming in playing offensive guard and center. A guy like that is the type of guy that I want on my organization. Rolling down to the chat, Mr. Beantown Breakdown. My neighbor is super leftist, and he was like, I have to audit to protect my house, ADT to protect my house. Yeah, that's great. Mine's Mossberg. Yeah, you're ADT. Excuse me, can you please go away? I'm like, lock the fucking doors when they get in. You're trapped in here with me, bitch. You know what I'm saying? FAFO. FAFO. In this mock draft, the Tampa, Bay Buccaneer. I don't know what a Bay Buccaneer is. I only know of Tampa, Florida, are going to grab big Donovan E., the ACC defensive player of the year out of Boston College. The Broncos get Travion Henderson, the running back from Ohio State. 21, the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to take our guy, Kenneth Grant, and shit directly in my hat. Boy, that must be what the Packers fans feel like when we be stealing players out from underneath them. 22, the Los Angeles Chargers going to grab Will Johnson, the 6'2", although slipping after his senior year, corner out of Michigan, projected to be a relatively talented corner. The Green Bay Packers at 23, somehow big T-Mac falls to them. All of their dreams come true. The Packers, for the first time in what feels like forever, take a wide receiver in the first round, and Jordan Love is given his quote-unquote wide receiver of the future. Over in the chat, Lions winning minimum 12 games this year. Book it. I got the Lions winning 17 games this year. No questions asked. All the way, nonstop. First team to go undefeated in the regular season and win a Super Bowl. Shitting in everybody's hat. Jared Goff throws for 7,000 yards and 400 touchdowns. Frank the Tank. Oh, gee. FTG. Yep. F the Pack. F Minnesota. F the Bears. F Philly. Go Lions. Yeah, dude, I got to agree with you on all of those. None of those franchises am I a fan of, my guy. Of all of those organizations, the only one that I can even root for sometimes is the Minnesota Vikings, simply because I did like Kirk Cousins, right? I hate the Packers. I hate the Bears. So if I can root against them with another team in the division, when the Vikings are bad and they're beating divisional opponents, and the Lions are good and we're beating divisional opponents, you have to root for the Packers to beat our divisional opponents. Ryan Allen, to reference the Cody Rhodes talk recently, this is the other Lions fans finish their story. Yes, Ryan Allen, double F the Eagles. Yes, Ryan Chase, my people. Yeah, dude. Ryan Allen, I forgot you are also a wrestling fan, my dude. I'm going to try to remember to send you the link to the Super Eye Patch Wolf video that I watched a couple days ago. I sent it to Chase. Now, it's a 2-hour-long thing, but it is, at least for me, I'm not a huge wrestling fan. I found it to be an incredibly, incredibly good story. Mr. Detroit City, Kirk Cousins is a legend. He is a legend because of what he was able to do. Underrated recruit, comes to a big-time program. And what's crazy is that Nick Foles was actually on roster with the Michigan State Spartans when Kirk Cousins showed up. Kirk Cousins beat Nick Foles out of his job. Kirk Cousins then became one of the winningest quarterbacks in the history of Michigan State football. Has a lot of numbers here, right? Did a lot. Was an underrated guy. Had to sit behind the Heisman Trophy winner RG3, and is a dude who was given his opportunity. Yeah, he played for the Commies, and people can think about that what they will. Yeah, he had to play for Minnesota. Yeah, he's just fucking the back end of his career. At least he's getting his bag, generational wealth down in Atlanta, but the story behind Kirk Cousins is a really impressive one. He is a guy who has overcome a lot, and he's got a fucking brain on him, too. And he's another one of those homegrown heroes out here on the west side of Michigan and beautiful Holland, Michigan. Y'all picking offense or defense first? Well, my guy, is it because you're a Michigan State fan? Okay, so here's the thing, Frank. I worked at MSU for quite a while. That's where I did a bulk of my electrical apprenticeship. Family members of mine have retired from there. I've got friends and family that still work there. I used to be a huge Michigan State fan. I still support Tom Izzo, right? I do. When watching Michigan State Spartan athletics, I do support them. Personally, though, it is hard for me to, I mean, hell, Hatton Boobs graduated from MSU. It is hard for me to support a college that, for one, is funded by the taxpayer, and for two, is still paying the retirement of and the benefits of the university president that was compliant with and covered up the horrific crimes that a certain trainer did to borderline generations of young girls, and was more than happy to applaud this individual because of the accolades that he had done outside of the shadows of the horrificness that he was doing to these young women for an unbelievable amount of time. So it is very difficult for me to say, yes, I am a fan of this institution that allowed it. I think that Michigan State, after something like that, you take bulldozers and everything but the particle accelerator over there gets torn down. You remove that from the public image. You don't allow something like that to be championed. I think it's incredibly disgusting. So it's very hard for me to openly support and or root for the current Michigan State Spartans. However, growing up, yes, I was a massive Sparty. Still do support them, root for them, just not as loudly and proudly because of as I've become older and opinions that I have about certain things. No, it's because RG3 was overhyped. It's refreshing to see a homegrown kid make it. I do agree with you there. RG3 was overhyped. Can we all agree? F Ohio State. Yep, fuck Ohio State. Yep, fuck Ohio State. Everybody say, yep, fuck Ohio State. Fuck Ohio State. So over here at 24, the Minnesota Vikings are going to take Tyler Booker, the guard out of Alabama. The Texans are going to take Josh Cornley Jr., the tackle out of Oregon. The Rams at 26 take Emeka Egbuka, the wide receiver from Ohio State, giving a good player to pair opposite Puka Nacua. I'm chasing Chase. Yeah, just fuck Ohio. Yeah, dude, I don't like Ohio. I don't like driving through Ohio. I don't like being in Ohio because the whole state smells like 4-day-old hot dog water that's just been used time and time again. Like Aaron Hannon from The Office just keeps using the same hot dog water because it gets better and better every time. That's what the whole fucking state smells like, dude. How's this? The airport in Cincinnati, Ohio doesn't like Ohio so much that they put the Cincinnati airport in fucking Kentucky. Tom is a badass. Who's Tom? Tom. Miss that. Michael! Michael! The Baltimore Ravens are going to grab their up-and-coming safety room, making Kyle Hamilton feel all the more secure back there by taking Malachi Starks at number 27. Our Detroit Lions are going to take Derek Harmon, the defensive tackler from Oregon. Detroit has the flexibility to look a year ahead, so finding a long-term bookend for Aiden Hutchinson or a guard to replace Zeitler could be in play. But in landing Harmon, what does the medical concerns who does have medical concerns, Detroit is looking forward with DJ Reader and Onzarike in contract years, and Ali McNeil coming off ACL surgery. Real quick, to break down to something about the Lions possibly moving up. There anything to this? So there is a lot of talk, Beantown. I was actually going to get back to what you asked earlier about if we're going to go offense or defense. It completely depends on who's there and where we are picking. I have heard lots of speculation and rumor that the Lions are one of the more active players in trying to move up the board, and I wouldn't be surprised if history is any indicator. The Detroit Lions are probably going to, if there is a guy, if Brad Holmes has his guy that he is, I'm not leaving the draft without him. Brad Holmes has the availability. He has the draft capital, willing to move, willing to trade third-round picks, and the luxury of Jameson Williams to Brad Holmes can go after whomever he wants. Outside of the top 10, Brad Holmes can package a deal. He's smart enough. He's clever enough in wheeling and dealing. He will take a bag of dirt and sell it for gold. He'll be able to figure it out. If something's going on in the draft and he feels that his guy is not going to be there, Brad Holmes will figure out a way to go and get it. And as I said time and time again, Brad Holmes, I can't question whatever he's willing to do. Oh, Michigan State's head coach, Tom. Yeah, I do support Tom Izzo, though. I'm a big fan of Tom Izzo, dude. Tom Izzo's the guy, dude. Tom Izzo's the man. And it's crazy because I remember when he was young, back when the Flintstones were running the show. You guys remember the Flintstones? Mateen Cleaves, Morris Peterson, back in the day when we won a national title. I remember him looking like that. I seen him the other day talking. I was like, oh, my God, Tom Izzo's so old. And then I looked in a mirror and I went, oh, my God, I'm so old. It's crazy how that works. We're going to round this out here. Washington Commie is going to take Amanawarii, the safety out of South Carolina, the workout phenom who shouldn't go in the first round. Maxwell Harrison going to the Bills, the corner out of Kentucky, shouldn't go in the first round. Kansas City to take Shamar Stewart out of Texas A&M. I think he's a turd. And the Eagles are going to take Mason Taylor, the tight end out of LSU. That is something that I have seen more and more. Most people are speculating that Howie is a big fan of Mason Taylor. Apparently Dallas Goedert has been shopped around hot and heavy the past couple of days. Down in the chat, Izzo does look wicked old. He does, doesn't he, though, dude? Brad Holmes can go whatever they want, but they told you all they are not looking to sell their soul to the devil. Go Lions. Yeah, that's true. He won't. That's the thing. Brad Holmes is too smart to make a bad deal. Whatever Brad Holmes does is going to be the right thing until proven otherwise. And there are less than 5 players that have been taken with any significance that haven't worked out to any significance, right? I guess the most notable draftee of the Detroit Lions that didn't work out was a rotationary safety, Ife Melifonwu, who, when available, was relatively productive, but he wasn't a starter. He wasn't the long-term solution after Kerby Joseph and Brian Branch were in town. He's probably the biggest miss that we've had as far as players that had an actual chance to crack it. Right? Would that be fair? I think that'd be about fair. So let's kick it on over to some rumors here. Man, we have already gone over the full hour here, boys. I was kind of concerned that we weren't gonna be able to round out a whole 2 hours, but you guys are keeping me on my toes. The 6:15. How you guys doing? You guys home from work? Everybody home from work by now? Chilling? You still at work, hanging out? Are we, Mr. Detroit City, you better be making sure you're ready to get out of here, dude. You got shit you got to go take care of here soon, bro. You got shit you got to go take care of here soon, bro. Don't be late on our account. Heading to the bar now. James Willis, I just got to work. Well, hey, bro, you work and lurk, dude. We'll keep you up to date on what's going on. I wish for at home we'll just pick 2 or 3 edge rushers so everybody could be quiet for a little while. Not talking about you guys 2 wide receivers just because I'm so sick of hearing about it. Oh, James Willis, you work third shift. What the fuck are you doing starting at 6 o'clock? Damn, bro, third shift. Oh, bro. So, I've worked every shift. I'm not a morning person. That's why it's impressive that I'm able to do my live show Monday through Wednesdays. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel, that notification turned on so that you never miss out on any future content Monday through Wednesday, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. during the off season. We will be going 5 days a week, though, once we start to get ever so closer to that regular season. And it was announced, you guys, hey, the Lions will be the very first game this season. That's right, we get the Hall of Fame game on July 31st, so make sure your schedules are marked, booked, and we're ready to rock and roll to watch the Hall of Fame game. But so James Willis, yeah, I used to work third shift way back in the day, bud. Well, not way back in the day, but 4 or 5 years ago. And it was brutal, dude. Third shift is brutal. Now, it only doesn't mess with your sleep schedule, but this is something that most people don't tell you, bro. So, you work third shift, you do your week or whatever, right? And then, if you're trying to have any semblance of a real life outside of being a zombie and a wage slave to the third shift, getting that sweet shift premium, you try and adjust your life so that you're like a real boy for a little bit on the weekend, right? And then you got to try and switch back so that you can get ready to go on Monday. And what I found the hardest thing for me was not so much, the sleep was brutal, but my guts, my digestive system would go bananas, and every single Monday, the poops would just kill me, dude. My body hated it 100%. And now I'm happy to be on second shift. Yeah, I do sacrifice, evenings with hat and boobs. Luckily, she works 4 days, pulls the 410, so she's home at least 3 days with me, and when our schedules line up, it's really, really nice. But, man, that second shift for me is absolutely butter. The little 3 to 11 boy. Woo! But that overnights, bro. James Willis. You guys give a shout-out to James Willis in the chat. The dude is over here, third shift warrior, and he's working, he's lurking, and he's still committed to listening to the Hat and Beard Show and our pre-draft coverage. What does that say about those people that aren't tuned in? We got James Willis over here listening to us while at work. Dude, what a gangster. Absolute gangster of a move right there. And Chase is heading to the bar. What bar are you heading to, bro? You gonna keeping it local? You going to a buddy's house called The Bar? You gonna go get a little dinner? Hanging out? Are you hanging out with the old lady? Hanging out with your girl? I know she's trying to get you healthy, dude. We're all trying to get you healthy. We're all here in this chat trying to get you off them Red Bulls, bro. Trying to get you healthy. Before we get into some Lions rumors from yardbarker.com, there's our boy, the big brain on Brad Holmes. If you guys haven't already, make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. Like this video. Share the content around with all your friends. You don't have to tell everybody that you're affiliated with me. Just click that share button and copy the link down to your clipboard. Ring that notification bell so that you can be a part of every single live show that we do here, and you never miss out on any updates or content from the Hat and Beard Show. From yardbarker.com, Lions rumored to be among teams contacted about trading for 3-time All-Pro. The Detroit Lions have been busy at cornerback this offseason. They added free agents at this position, including $6 million deal to DJ Reed. Those moves had led Amik Robertson to being seen as a potential trade candidate because of how crowded the cornerback room is. I think that's bullshit. I think Amik Robertson means a lot to this team. I think Amik Robertson was brought in for one very, very specific reason. Yes, early on, before Terry and Arnold magically fell to us last year to the first round, and then we doubled back with Enos Rakestraw Jr., who was positioned to be a starting slot corner for us before injuring his leg. Amik Robertson was the guy. And then Amik Robertson came in to do what Amik Robertson does best. The one thing that Amik Robertson has been able to do literally since his high school days, and that is to shut down who some people consider to be the best wide receiver in the game. That is our interdivisional rival, the Minnesota Vikings, and Justin Jefferson. Yes, Amik Robertson is the giant slayer. He is the David to the Vikings Goliath. And Amik Robertson will have a place in Detroit as long as he is able to do that one very, very specific job of twice a year shutting down JJ in Minnesota. So I don't think Amik Robertson is actually a trade candidate. Despite the crowded cornerback room, it seems one team contacted the Lions to see if they'd be interested in trading for their star cornerback, who is looking to be dealt. According to Outkick's Armad Saliago, the Lions are among teams contacted by the Miami Dolphins about potentially trading for Jalen Ramsey. If we're far from the only team to hear the Dolphins, as Salgado also listed the Falcons, Rams, Commies, and Eagles as organizations that spoke with the Dolphins. If the Lions can't afford to sign Zadarius Smith, they can't really afford to trade for Jalen Ramsey. That's what I completely agree. Oh, Chasing Chase. Hey, sorry guys, not to keep rolling back to the trash. Or the trash. The chat, sorry. Oh, I just found your channel. I'll subscribe. Thank you, dude. Thank you. Oh, man, the chat really just kind of... Hang on. We're just going to do this. Bam. All right. Damn, dude. I missed out on a bunch of stuff. I believe Detroit will trade out of the 28th pick and get extra pick in the second or third round. Best team has signed on their roster right now. Frank the Tank. Detroit Lions have 15 defensive linemen signed on their roster right now. Yeah, that is an obscene amount of defensive linemen on the roster. All right, Chat and Beard, keep it rocking and rolling. Time to hit the scripture. Hey, dude, go get your scripture on. Cleanse that soul. Open your heart to Christ, dude. Let's go, Mr. Detroit City. James Willis, I just found your channel. I'll subscribe. James Willis, fucking gangster of you, dude. That's what I'm talking about. James Willis, my guy. That is absolutely gangster. Badass logo, brother. Yeah, dude, you do have a badass logo, James Willis. My guy. That is a gangster movie right there, dude. Chasing Chase is going to be at Nico's in Diamonddale. I know that all too well. We'll talk about that in a second. The party for Detroit Lions will be tomorrow at 3, or tomorrow 3 picks. Tomorrow, people. Yes, I do think the Lions trade out. We get 2 picks in the first, or 2 picks in the second, and 1 in the third. Robinson, the dog, just like me, came from the dirt. You can't bury somebody that comes from the dirt. Dude, that line that he dropped last year was so sick, dude. You can't bury what comes from the dirt. Exactly. That line was so sick, dude. That line was so sick, dude. Yeah, so Chase, actually, before it was Nico's back in the day, so I actually grew up in Diamonddale, my dude, and back in the day, when it was Smitty's, that was my drinking spot, and I actually used to date a girl that used to work there as a bartender, but now not so much a bar going guy. I'd like to drink the beers, and I like to drink to the point where I probably shouldn't be trying to drive home, and I'm too cheap to take an Uber. So since I'm absolutely paranoid of getting a Dewey, I, like the well-adjusted alcoholic that I am, prefer to drink like a recluse at my own house. Oh, you know all the names. My guy. Yes, dude. So I actually referred to Frank the Tank 420. Yes, my guy. I also am a big fan of the old Code 420, my dude. So, Chase, I actually I refer to it as the pub. I missed the Union 76 truck stop. That was in Diamond. Oh, James Willis, you're local then, dude. Okay, so are you from the 517, my brother? Hell yeah. I don't. Oh, you could tell that I'm 420 friendly. Is it that obvious, bruh? Oh man, you guys are fun tonight. I'll have like 1 or 2 drinks max, but I can smoke so many people. Hell yeah. There you go, bro. There you go. See, that's the problem is like I have 1 or 2 drinks, and then I have to leave, because if not, like, especially at Nico's, dude. Bro, the last time that I was at the pub, I always call it the pub because back in the day it was the Bridge Street pub before Chris's dad killed himself. Oh, you're from East Grand Rapids, James Willis. Okay, dude. Hell yeah, dude. I used to do a lot of comedy up in Grand Rapids, bro. I know some people up there, dude. I know some people up in Grand Rapids. I used to love getting all hammered up at the pub, Chase, and I just wander around with a pitcher and just drink from the pitcher, dude. That was back when you could smoke cigarettes. Dude, I used to go to the pub and sit at the bar, and I would order a chicken tenders and fries and smash fucking schooners of, well, at the time I was drinking Bud Light because they weren't woke. This is like, fucking 15 years ago. I'd smash schooners of Bud Light, and you could buy packs of cigarettes from the bar, dude. And you could get a pack of Basics for $6 straight. You know what I'm saying? Like after taxes, $6 straight, dude. And I would just like eat chicken tenders and fucking the good kind too. I'd eat the good kind Randers. I'd eat the good kind of chicken tenders and smash schooners and just smoke menthol cigarettes at the pub, dude. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. You too. I have 2 drinks. We're going to have way too much fun, my guy. Yes, bro. Yes. I have to have 2 drinks. I like to be well lubricated. You know what I'm saying? Trivia is tonight, and it's actually a good time with the right group. I used to love trivia. Actually, Hat and Boobs used to do trivia back when we first got together. Her and a couple of her friends used to go and do trivia. Living that divorce life, I got married young and never did the bar life. Hey, you know what, dude? There's nothing wrong with that, bro. There's nothing wrong with that, especially because you're not like living that single divorce life. You got a good lady taking care of you, bro. And she's good, dude. She's chill, man. We went to school together, bro. I remember your old lady, dude. She's chill, bro. She's chill. Trivia. So I love just like useless information, and I just, for as dumb as I am and as bad as my memory is, I can just remember the most obscure shit, right? Like one of the last times Hat and Boob that I can remember, Hat and Boobs went and did trivia. She's like, man, we really needed you because the question that they ended up losing on was what was Walter White's address in Breaking Bad? And I went 6602 Negro Arroyo Lane. Just like, bam, Mr. Robot over here, dude. Mr. INTP personality type, dude. Yeah, dude, I rizzed him with the tism on that one, Rizzed him with the tism. There's nothing wrong with living that divorce life, bro. Especially because if you're happy, dude. And bar trivia. Nico's is that spot, too. Like, it's such a chill spot in Diamondale, dude. It's such a chill spot in Diamondale. Man, that's so dope that y'all are, like, relatively local. You know what I'm saying? That's so chill, dude. From 2026 to 2028, his contract is worth $24.1. This would be Jalen Ramsey. It also carries a cap hit of $25 million or more each of those seasons. So this is not going to happen. There's no way that we can afford Jalen Ramsey. There's no way. There's no way the Lions. They signed Reed to a 3-year deal this offseason to be the number 1 corner. They also drafted Terrion Arnold and Enos Rakestraw. Arnold asked to play a lot of man coverage in his rookie year. He should get better. He should be good enough to compete for the 1, let alone be the number 2. Before free agency, we could have traded for Jalen. Yeah, so before free agency, trading for Ramsey would have been an interesting idea for the Lions, but they're set at corner for now. Yeah, so this is just smoke. This is just filler. It always had good vibes. Yeah, dude, Nikos, it does have good vibes, bro. Now, do they still have the patio open? Do they still let you go out on the patio and party, dude? Because back in the day, you couldn't smoke on the patio, but they'd let us cut through the kitchen and go out back and smoke cigarettes back in the kitchen. Back in the day, your boy was a 2-pack-a-day smoker. I tell you what, might not have been good for my health, but Boy, did I look cool. Hey, and all the chicks thought I was way older than I was and thought they thought I looked so cool with my cigarettes. Hey. Shit's terrible, man. Gotta get off the cigarettes. Yeah, they do. Okay, so the patio is still open. Hey, dude, bro, I know you're going to be doing trivia, but you can't always ask him to put the draft on in the background, dude. You could have the draft playing while you're doing trivia, bro. Little double dip in action, bro. What are we getting for dinner at the pub, dude? What are we getting for dinner? I'm going to have me a California burrito from Acapulco. It's delicious. Some high on made it. So we're into 6:30 already. I'm not going to read this about Shedeur Sanders. We got way out in the weeds. Oh, they're going to have our table will demand. This is our table. You see that name? You see it? Yeah, I wrote it on there 6 months ago. It's my table, bruh. We're not going to read this stupid article about Shedeur Sanders. He's a turd. Shedeur Sanders is an absolute turd. Guys, let's just get into a mock draft, all right? We're on the back end of it here. We're at 6:30 already. You guys are just absolutely kicking things. Have you met my girl? She's more into this than I am. I'm going to be honest, dude. I haven't, like, when I seen that you were with your girl, I was like, from high school? And then I looked and I was like, yeah. Bro, I honestly, I haven't talked to your old lady since, for real, like high school, bro. I don't know shit about her, man, to be real. Well, ask her to put the draft on, dude. Ask her to be like, hey, I want to watch the draft. That'd throw them, dude. That'd break every stereotype about women, dude. Another. Yeah, I brought a cooler. With my own brews up here. You guys thinking I'm an amateur at this? Please. Got drinking in my DNA. Got her a Hutch jersey for Christmas, and she basically sealed the deal of being my next one. That's funny. I like this guy. Yeah, yo. Hey, Frank. Actually, Chase is a fellow content creator. So if you're feeling froggy, dude, go give him a follow, bro. Go give him a follow. He's a good dude, man. For real, Frank. Me and Chase, we go back to like 6th grade at the earliest, 8th grade at the latest, dude. Yeah, we go way back, dude. We go way back. And honestly, Chase, dude, I know I've said this before, bro. I am really grateful that you are like such a cool dude that like here we are pushing fucking 40, bro. And like just a cool ass motherfucker, bro. Just a cool dude. Always have been. You have no reason to be as supportive and friendly as you are with me, my guy, but you know what, dude? You put good shit out in the universe, bro. It's going to come back around, my dude. So I'm thankful, bro. I'm thankful. I'm over on Twitch, and I do more video games and pro wrestling, but I'm working on getting over to YouTube more. I was talking about... Oh! Hey! Frank, you going to make me blush, dude. You going to make me blush. I appreciate it, brother. Well, look, man, I know it's a different take on things, and it's not a real traditional, I don't follow the YouTube rules, bro. We're just doing our thing, man. We ain't conforming to no shit, dude. I want to talk about the Lions, so I started talking about the Lions, dude. And, we get out in the weeds sometimes, bro, but we're just chilling, bro. We're just chilling. Everybody's just hanging out, dude. We're all just a bunch of like-minded motherfuckers just doing our thing, bro. You know what I'm saying? I also got no reason not to. We make different content, but it's all the same grind. Yeah, dude, so we got to support each other, bro. Exactly, my dude. Exactly. I used to wrestle boxers. My kids are actually no Nama Karate. Oh, shit. So you know combat sports, Frank. My guy, are you big into like UFC and stuff like that? I don't know dick about combat sports. The only thing I know about combat sports is whatever Joe Rogan says. And I know he just glazes BJJ. You know what I'm saying? I know he's just a BJJ glazer. And well, as mentioned before, back when I was a lung dart connoisseur and followed that up with a good few years of vaping, the cardio involved with jujitsu. Like I try and take care of myself a little bit. I've introduced more cardio recently. Bro, there is no way I could get through like even the warm-up of a jiu-jitsu practice, bro. Having a good fucking time, enjoying life. Exactly. Frank the Take. We all bleed red. We're all just trying to have a good time, man. You know what? And that's the beautiful thing of it all, bro. Like, we all don't have to agree on everything. Right? I'm sure there's a bunch of shit that we don't agree on, but we don't have to, man. We can find something to talk about. We can find common ground on shit. We can all be chill and be humans together, bro. You know what I'm saying? We all bleed red. Like, it ain't, you know, I was fucking graduated in 06, grew up in the 90s, dude. This whole division amongst human beings didn't fucking exist the way that it does now, man. We're just people, dude. Like, all right, dude, there's this line. God damn, what movie is it from? I want to say, like, this is going to sound so stupid now that I'm playing it in my head. I'm pretty sure, I know it's a Dave Chappelle line, but I'm pretty sure that it's actually from Half Baked, right? And a character says something about people being different, you know what I mean, more or less. And Dave Chappelle, and this line stuck with me. And it's always kind of my thing, you know. But some people think cucumbers taste better pickled. Genius. Fucking genius, right? Some people just think cucumbers taste better pickled, man. That's a fucking genius ass line, bro. So we're just here chilling. You guys are all part of it. And I try and include you guys as much as I can. Hell no, we don't have to agree. And that's what our grandfathers and uncles fought for. Bro, right? Like, that's a beautiful thing about being the shining city on the hill, living in this glorious-ass country, is that because of the rights and protections that we have, we don't have to agree, man. Yeah, it's cool to be civil with one another. Like, okay, I have my opinions about a lot of things. I'm not going to share them online. For one, what's the point? Most of that stuff is a fucking pointless endeavor, right? But, shit, I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, it's irrelevant. I'm going to be honest, I started thinking about this mock draft. Midway through that take, I started thinking about the mock draft. Woo! It's all gotten so out of hand. I say that as someone who, on paper, was more of a leftist views, which is why I don't vote and identify with the modern left, is all gotten out of hand. I agree, Chase. I agree. It's always in our hands, brother. I don't know what you believe in, but hey, man. All right, Frank. So you belong here, bro. So, like, you know, the majority of my life, I was raised, like, in a Christian household and whatever, you know, with Christian values. And, like, I was always that guy because I was such a contrarian that, like, well, you know, started poking holes in religion early on, and ultimately you just gotta like I don't know, man. You can lead a horse to water, dude, but everybody's got to find it their own way. And like I had my own way of going about finding God, man, and it's like I don't know, it's pretty chill. You know what I'm saying? Like it's pretty chill, bro. So that's why like I don't ever poo-poo people for like you know religious talk in my chat or whatever, because like I totally get it, and I'm not here to poo-poo that at all. You know what I'm saying? And Chase, bro, like. Yeah, like most people, because the Overton window has shifted so goddamn far, like you do on paper, yeah, you hit all the markers for a leftist, and then it's like, yeah, why don't you talk to the motherfucker and realize that he's not batshit crazy? He's actually what you would call a moderate. You know what oh no, goddamn moderates. I don't view it as right versus left. I view it as up versus down. The up's the guy, dude. There. So I tell motherfuckers, dude, like, look, man, here's the thing. It ain't a left versus right. I do, though, think, and this is my own personal thoughts on it, I do think that Donald Trump genuinely does care about the average American. I, for some reason, am just sold on that. So take that for what it is. You know what I'm saying? But I have always said that it ain't a left versus right. It ain't a black versus white. It is totally the owners of this world hate your fucking guts. They hate everything about you. They hate the way you live. They hate the way you look, smell, talk, and think. You merely exist to serve them. And the only fucking way that they keep us from devouring them is because they can stir up enough bullshit to keep us at each other's fucking throats because we can't seem to look past the tip of our fucking dick 99% of the times as a species. You know what I'm saying? Bro, the owners of this world fucking hate you. And they're not even slick about it anymore. Think back to the coof. What did we get? All of the betters, all of the upper echelons, the decision makers of society, sitting in their multi-million-dollar households. Oh, we're all in this together. Just stay at home. We're all in this together. They didn't give a fuck about your business. They didn't give a fuck about you seeing your family. They got to do that shit. They just had enough money to do it on the sly. Look at that fuck nugget Cuomo. Pretended to be in quarantine. They don't fucking care about you. It's a game to them. Once you hit a certain level, it's a fucking game. And all they exist to do is to keep you fucking down, bro. They hate you. It ain't us versus another inner group. We're all in the same fucking pool. But they keep us fucking fighting each other. And it's bullshit. If you say something like you got to believe it, like Detroit Lions and Dan Campbell when he picks a draft, you got to believe in what you say. Yeah, exactly, dude. Exactly, Frank the Tank. I got to bounce, but this has been awesome. Later, everyone. Chase, peace out, dude. Don't party too hard. Don't drink too many Red Bulls. We're going to do this mock draft real quick. We're only going to do rounds 1 through 4, and then we're going to be out of here myself because I got to get some burrito in me here, boys. We got way out in the fucking weeds. So here we are over at Pro Football Network's mock draft simulator, the one we've been using. This will be the final mock draft that we do this year. And just to continue repeating myself, if you guys haven't already, why don't you go ahead and do a barrel roll on over to the bathtub underneath the video. Like this video, comment down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Ring that notification bell so that you can be part of the Hat and Beard team. Hang out with us every Monday through Wednesday, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here at youtube.com during the off season and expanding to 5 days a week come start of the regular season. Really, really appreciate it. Share this video around with all your friends. Really, it's the best thing you can do. If you don't want to be affiliated or let people you know you're affiliated with the Hat and Beard Show, just copy the link down on that clipboard below. It's a good way to help manipulate the algorithm. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Chase and Frank the Tank, Mr. Detroit City, James Willis. We've had a couple other people, and I'm so sorry if I've forgotten your name. This is the most activity we've ever had. I'm beyond over the moon with the success we're having today, guys. You guys are absolutely killing it. Listen, Chase, you are standing up on your own 2 feet, my friend. Sorry, I don't mean to say that I only have one leg. Just don't. Oh. Sorry, I don't mean to say I only have one leg. Wait. Do you really only have one leg, Frank? I'm a little buzzed. I'm kind of stupid, and I have a 6th grade reading level. And I'll be honest, Frank. I'm sure that Chase is gone by now because he was date night with his old lady. Bro, he's not. I can almost tell you that homeboy's not offended. Bro, Chase is fucking chill, dude. He is fucking chill, bro. Like he is. My guy is chill. That's why I'm cool with him, bro. So I don't think you got anything to worry about, my brother. Let's hop into this draft, guys. So we're gonna be sitting at 28. It doesn't matter. Hey, right on. Thanks, dude. I'm stupid, so I appreciate you being understanding of my. Reading is hard. Reading is hard. I don't know if you can tell I wasn't very good at school. Did 2 years of vocational technology to be able to get my diploma. Oh, man. Beer is good, boys. Beer is good. Just make sure that you drink responsibly. Boy, when I clicked slow, I didn't realize it was going to be this slow. That's fine. That's only why we're only doing rounds 1 through 4. Man, you guys are killing it tonight. For real, for real, for real. Absolutely killing it. Thank you so much for hanging out, everybody. Seriously, this is awesome. It's absolutely awesome. How's everybody doing, though? Good? We're just kind of waiting on this draft maneuverability to happen. It might be when you got shooting glasses on. Oh. Check it out, dude. Actually, not only are they shooting glasses, but let's see if I can get them up in the camera. They're actually Hunter S. Thompson replicas from not Dazed and Confused, but Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. I'm a big Hunter S. Thompson fan, bro. I think Hunter S. Thompson's sweet, dude. I like that guy. That guy gets it. What's going on here with the draft? What's going on here? Sitting on the porch. The only thing better than sitting on the porch, dude, is sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. Are we gonna? There we go. Okay, I just had to. I had to close out some windows, boys, so that we can have some a little bit more bandwidth freed up around here. So you're sitting on the porch enjoying a little hot smoky treat, my guy. I tell you what, them porch joints, dude. Porch joints and porch blunts washed down with a porch beer. Very few things are better than that, bro. All right, so we are at 28. We're on the clock now. I told you, I'm a badass. Fuck yeah, bro. My guy. Hell yeah. Yeah, Frank, you're going to fit in right. Hand, meat, glove, my dude. You're going to fit in perfect around here. All right, so no big surprise here. Ward going 1, Hunter going 2, Carter going 3. For some reason in my gut, I just can't seem to get over Ash Shingenti going 3. I might actually put some DraftKings money on that just to shit in everyone's hat. Oh. Totally got sidebarred here, guys, but one of my cats is laying in the doorway, and she's like laying with her tummy up, looking all cute, just absolutely zonkered out. I've never seen a cat this passed out in my life. Campbell going at 4. Sorry, Abby. Tyler Warren going at 5. Ashton Genty at 6. Mason Graham at 7. Walker at 8. Stewart at 9. Green at 10. Mike Green at 10. Will Johnson going to the Niners. Tet McMillan traded up for by the Broncos to get a big-bodied wide receiver. Calvin Banks to the Fish down in Miami. Colston Loveland, Shedeur Sanders to the Steelers, going to trade up to 15 to go after Shedeur Sanders. Matthew Golden going to round out that wide receiver room for the Arizona Cardinals. Membu to the Bears at 17. Barron to the Seahawks. Derek Harmon to the Buccaneers. Mykel Williams to the Commies after a trade. The Seahawks trading around again to get Josh Simmons. Tyler Booker to the Chargers. Jihad Campbell to the Rams. Malachi Starks to Georgia. They have a history of not drafting well at wide receiver outside of Harrison Smith. Nick Scordon, my sneaky sleeper pick to the Houston Texans. That just sucks balls. Walter Nolan to the Packers, and Trey Amos going to go 27 to the Baltimore Ravens. And we have our pick of the litter, more or less. Trade out, yes, number 7, Jack Daniels, 420. Frank the Tank, a man after my own heart. I myself am a bit of a whiskey fan. Got a little over here. It's not Jack Daniels. Actually, that was a gift from a buddy of mine that I don't know if he's tuned in, but my buddy Cam. We would be working together up until Friday, but Friday's his last day at the job. Last Christmas, we buy each other booze for the holidays, and last Christmas he got me this Grit City whiskey, a limited edition run. I haven't had any yet. I haven't had any of this yet. So You know what? Before we sign off, we'll do a poll of the Grit City. How's that? Before we sign off, we'll do a poll of the Grit City. Frank, you want us to trade out or go Nolan or Grant? So let's see. A lot of guys. This is a goofy situation. Yeah, there's our guy Kenneth Grant. You want to go Jalen Milroe? That's what you want to do? You want to take Jalen? Ooh. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Well, let's pick up the phone, see who's calling. Oh, my God. Would you look at that? Oh, would you look at that? Would you look at that? The Browns probably want Jackson Dart. If this draft were to go this way, we have taken this trade before. We've taken that trade before. I'm not going all the way back to 53. Right? Sweet. Exactly. This is exactly what you want. Are you shitting me? Oh, this is what we want. A second and a third. This I can't. I can't not go this route, right? I'd be a fucking... Considering the number of picks left before the second round, we then go from 28 to 33. Saves a little bit of money on cap. Somebody just said something to you, bro. Who said something? What do you mean? Like, talk to me? Are you hearing stuff? Is there a ghost in here? I'm confused, Frank. I ain't gonna lie, dude. I'm super confused. Bro. Well, we're gonna go ahead and take this Browns trade because I can't. Oh, they're gonna go take Egabuka, huh? Oh, good on them. Good on them. Big E going after that. Hampton going to the Cowboys. Go to 40 so you can get a wide receiver. Well, let's see if maybe we can trade out. Oh. No, reject. We're going to sit tight at 33, my guy. We're going to sit tight at 33. Give us that first pick in the second round. Number 1, day 2. And everybody we want is there. I mean, Hat and Boobs might be feeding the cats or something. She might have been up here and said something. I just can't hear shit. Because I got my headphones on. Well, the only other option other than Kenneth Grant at this spot would be Gray Zabel. Now, the reason that I'm not going Gray Zabel is because at pick 60, we can probably get our guy. Now, I'm going to be very honest with you. There are a couple players there are 2 guys that I desperately want in this draft. There are 3 guys that I really, really want. 2 of them are still on the board. I really, really liked Nick Scorton, the defensive end from. I see what you're saying, my guy. Yes, maybe. Hey, maybe. Although I don't think I would be the proper vessel for him to work through, dude. I am a dirtbag. I'm a piece of shit. And if it weren't for Hat and Boobs, I'd be a fucking dirtbag, dude. I'd be a fucking dirtbag. I'd be a piece of shit. I'd be an absolute loser, bro. If it weren't for Hat and Boobs, I'd be a fucking dirtbag. So the reason that I'm not going to go Gray Zabel at 33 here is because I need Brad Holmes to walk away from this draft. There's one player that I want Brad Holmes to walk away from this draft. That is Tate Ratledge. Yeah, Detroit, they don't need an edge player, especially because we're probably going to bring back Big Z, right? The more you think about it, you want, because it's the flashy pick to go edge, right? But I'm going to go and do what I've been doing. How am I stupid for being so in love with Kenneth Grant? I have to take Kenneth Grant, right? The only reason I'm going to move this along, boys. We are getting way out in the weeds. So we're going to go ahead and take Kenneth Grant, our big defensive tackle from the University of Michigan. I absolutely love him. Let's see, that Luther Burden spot, I like that to the Giants. And in a world where we maybe trade JMO away, Luther Burden would be a good spot there for us to take. But I'm just so over the moon with Kenneth Grant recently. Shout out Keitho. Keitho, if you're listening, bro. Doesn't matter if he believes in the Almighty. Yeah, that's true. People don't have to believe, but the fact is that he's there. You can choose not to believe, but the reality is the big man is there. And, just earlier today, even Hatton Boobs pointed out, she's like, God does work in mysterious ways because this whole week, Frank, I don't think you know this, but this last couple weeks I've been kind of nervous. Hattenbeard is a lone wolf. I like to work by myself. I don't like working with other people. I have too high of a standard for people, or for myself. And I was really nervous because I was about to get the new guy come to second shift, and I was just real nervous because I couldn't get a good feel from him, the 4 interactions that we had. Well, that's because he's just a man of few words, super fucking chill. We get along real fucking well. Same type of sense of humor, same type of mentality towards things. Couldn't have worked out any better. And Hatton Boobs was like, yeah, isn't it crazy? God works in mysterious ways. I was like, yeah, that is crazy. Oh, would you look at that? Would you look at that? Hey, my piece of shit. They have 15 players on the defensive line signed right now. Hey, my piece of shit. They have 15 players. Yeah, I know, but I like Kenneth Grant. Dude. I like him. I don't think Levi Onwuzurike is the answer. I don't think that DJ Reed's gonna get another contract extension here, or DJ Reader. I'm sorry, I don't think DJ Reader is going to get a contract extension. I think Kenneth Grant is worthy of the top end of the second round. Would I go first round with him? 28? No, I wouldn't go 28 with him, but I would go 33. So we're just gonna. I mean, this is a no-brainer. Tate Ratledge, the self-proclaimed dirtbag offensive line. I love the guy. I'm a big fan. I want to come away from this draft with Tate Ratledge. If we don't come away from this draft with Tate Ratledge, I'm going to be very disappointed. I will be very bummed out. I'm just rejecting these second-round trade-outs. Excuse me, pardon me. All right, here we are. Our pick, number 67. Ooh. Princely Umanialian. I know, bro, you don't want to go edge. But I'm very high on him. Very, very high on him. And in this area, short of Shamar Turner, we already went defensive tackle. So what we can say here is, well, hang on, let's look at who's available. Yeah. Okay, so Stewart and Sawyer are still there. We know the Lions are very involved with the pre-draft process of Josiah Stewart, but Princely Umanialian is that guy that has shot up my board and could be a beautiful running mate for the Detroit Lions as Aiden Hutchinson. I do like Jack Sawyer a lot, though. Do I roll the dice? We don't pick again for 60 more picks. We don't pick again till 102. Those guys aren't going to be there. Stewart, you can play the wheel. You think I should go Stewart? Shamar. Oh, yeah. Stewart. Shamar. Josiah Stewart. You think that? You think Stewart over Umanialian or Jack Sawyer? I kind of like that too. Hang on, let's see what we can do. Where are we picking? Yeah, I'm not Brad Holmes in it. I'm swinging too hard right now to be trying to cultivate a Madden trade. Wait. Let's do the Brad Holmes thing. Let's see if we can do the Brad Holmes thing and double dip. Umani Alian, let's go. And then we'll see if we can grab one of those other two guys in the fourth and do that double dip thing, Brad Holmes. I know 15 defensive linemen on roster. I know. I get it. I totally get it. But Brad Holmes, we know he likes to double dip by taking a defensive end. Exactly. We can get players in the third and fourth round at your Brad Holmes cooks. Exactly. Now, we're only doing rounds 1 through 4 right now because I didn't want to get too long-winded. We're already going to run a little bit over than the 2-hour projected time. We're going to go ahead and let this whiskey breathe just a little bit. Just a little bit before we sign off tonight. Again, shout out to all y'all. Seriously. Mr. Detroit City, Frank the Tank. I'm Chasing Chase. James Willis. Everybody just fucking holding it down. Absolutely holding it down. Absolutely. MVP moves. Every single one of you. Hell yeah. Keep me on my path, brother. No, thank you, dude. Hey, keep me on my path, and I'll reciprocate, dude. I'll reciprocate. We're all here to hold each other accountable, right? It's the only way that we can get better. Rising tide raises all boats. If we all hold ourselves to being a cunt hair better than we were yesterday, by the time a month has gone by and you pile up all those cunt hairs, you got a full bush. So here we are. I love this pick. I love this third round pick that we have, this back end of the third round, this compensatory pick that we got for Aaron Glenn signing as the head coach of the New York Jets, because last year Brad Holmes, moved around some picks, and he's so frivolous with them third round picks, and yet we got another third round pick because Brad Holmes, I don't know what kind of crystal ball homeboy has. And I'm getting tired of people constantly mistaking me for Brad Holmes. Okay, I've said it, and I'll continue to say it. There's one major difference between me and Brad Holmes. His hair is a lot shorter than mine. Okay, that's like basically the big difference. All right, so here we are, round 3. Oh yeah. Oh, we could take either one of our guys here in the third round that we want super, super bad. Yeah, and we traded out of the fourth round. See, we traded out of the fourth round to get that extra second round pick. I'm sorry, that extra third round pick. So we won't have a fourth round pick in this mock draft. So let's make it count, boys. Let's make it count. Frank, I'm counting on you, bro. Counting on you to help me get over this. I am looking in the third round, if this were the reality, and we took Kenneth Grant, Tate Ratledge, and Prince Umanialian out of Ole Miss, do we do what I wanted to do with when I took Umanialian? Do I double dip like Brad Holmes does? Brad Holmes historically double dips on positions in drafts. Think defensive ends, think cornerbacks. But, and this is what keeps rattling around in my head, Frank, we have 15. Now, based on this, we have 17 defensive linemen on roster. Do I double dip, take the poor man's Aiden Hutchinson, take the guy that we've been interviewing nonstop, or do I take the guy who I am very much in love with, and that is Jonas Sanker, the wild spanker from Virginia? I'm leaning that way. Let's look around the wide receiver room. Nobody that jumps off the board this early. Pat Bryant is the only one that I would even think about. Again, I've been in love with him with that downfield blocking ability. We're going to pretend that J-Mo's still on roster. Take Farmer from Miami. Huh? Joshua Farmer? I like where your head's at with that, because what are we doing? What are we doing? We're double dipping. We're following that same thought process. You're using logic. You're using logic, Frank. I love it. You're using logic and facts. Yeah. Yeah, let's read about Josh Farmer. He's one of the highest ceiling defensive tackle prospects in the day 2 range. 6'3", 305 with 35-inch arms. He's an elite combination of natural leverage and proportional length. Damn. Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, give me Josh Farmer. Yeah. No, I'm taking Farmer, dude. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Love it. Fuck yeah. It was either going to be Farmer, Stewart, or Sawyer. And I've taken Sawyer and Stewart too many times, dude. Let's double dip at that defensive tackle spot, because we know Liam's not going to be ready right out of the rip. Roy Lopez is a big fat ass in the middle. Ain't going to get no push. And DJ Reader, when available, is still aging out. Tesla, third-round wide receiver all day. I'm not sure I know what that means. Oh, Tasala, the wide receiver out of Arkansas. You know I'm calling him Tesla nonstop. I'm calling him Tesla if we drafted that guy. We don't have any more picks this draft, though, so we're just riding it out. We'll go over them once more before we sign off. But, man, you guys have killed it tonight, dude. This show went way better than I ever could have thought, you guys. Seriously. Holy shit. Prepare for total domination. And y'all fucking killed it. You badasses, you. I'm sorry, referring to y'all as the Blue Wrench Badass Crew. For real, Frank. Holding it down, my guy. You like some Lions, dude. I can tell you've been following the Lions, bro. I love talking Lions, and I love talking Lions with people who give a fuck about the Lions, dude. Motherfuckers in the know. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, you can hear the reporters talk. We all know Sawyer is already a Dan Campbell guy. I know he is. And I wouldn't be mad about it, but honestly, brother, I didn't read much about this Joshua Farmer guy, because I once I take Kenneth Grant, I kind of phase out defensive tackles, but that is a big bastard. He is a tenacious defender, and he gives us flexibility. You know what I'm saying? It also follows suit with that Brad Holmes double dipping thing. You know what I'm saying? Man, absolutely killed it. I would consider Stewart or Sawyer right there, or trading out to the early ends of the first round. Brad Holmes, wheeling und dealing. Brad Holmes. So in this draft, we traded out of the first round back to 33, which I love to do. Grabbed ourselves some Kenneth Grant. Oh, I got to log in for that stuff. We followed it up at pick 60 with Tate Ratledge. I need the Detroit Lions to come away from this draft with Tate Ratledge coming to Allen Park. That is the guy. Tate Ratledge is the guy that I Hattenbeard, he is my dude. I need Tate Ratledge into the Motor City. I need him on roster. Whatever it takes, day 2, Brad Holmes, you need to get Tate Ratledge in roster. I watched the games. Everything is in slow motion. Hell yeah, dude. So you're not a fan. You watch the games. You watch the plays develop. You're standing there, dude, like Hatton Boobs, she has to deal with it, where I'm just like literally screaming, like, out there, watching the off receiver who's not, the ball's not coming, like, right there. You know what I'm saying? Watching the plays develop. You can tell what play's coming based on the first step of the offensive lineman, how it's going to develop, the type of shit. I feel you, brother. But Tate Ratledge, I need Tate Ratledge, 2-time national champ with 37 starts at right guard. Self-proclaimed dirt bag. Then we followed that up in the second round, regardless, with Princely Umanialian, the guy who is a Robin begging to have a Batman to help alleviate some of the attention to where he can fully flourish as the complementary piece to Aiden Hutchinson, allowing Aleem McNeil to get fully healthy, allowing DJ Reader to not be on the field 100% of the times, because this allows Josh Paschal to slide down from the edge where he should be at, and that is a 3 technique in the NFL, allowing more flexibility. And Monty Allen is more of a natural, pure-built pass rusher. This is the guy that we need right here. And then, as has been proven, I had my stupid little red eyes open to a player that I had been overlooking this entire time, thanks to very active chat members, guys who are seeing things from a different angle that I had failed at this entire process. We're going to double dip just the way Brad Holmes always does, getting the highest ceiling defensive tackle prospect in the day 2 range, Joshua Farmer, the big defensive tackle, 6'3", 305, out of Florida State. Couldn't be happier with where we'd be sitting heading into day 3 of the NFL draft. What a great time we had, guys. What a great time. If my brother moved in here 6 months ago and he says when the Lions game on, it's like a holiday. Yes. I'm very superstitious. I have to do the same thing. I have to wear the same clothes. When the Lions play, I know this sounds silly, but when the Lions are on, that is my top priority of the day. That is, I stress out about it. It is the only thing I can think about. It is one of the few things out of family and loved ones that I genuinely care about in my life is the Detroit Lions. So we are hoping to have a unbelievably successful draft this year. How blessed we are to have the organizational trust that Sheila Hamp had in allowing Brad Holmes to take the helm of this disastrous organization. How she unconventionally hired Dan Campbell, the owner hiring a coach, not the GM. Very unconventional. Dan Campbell coming at the wheel with an entirely different concept. One of the few men who was able in his time to revolutionize coaching in the NFL, to really put the focal point on a very, very specific type of coach, to allow a certain bond between player and coach that is more or less not utilized, not maximized in the NFL. This organizational change has been great. Brad Holmes, and we are so lucky to sit where we're at. And I cannot wait to see what is done at the off season with the Detroit Lions under this new leadership. In my opinion, is as equally as exciting as the regular season, because Brad Holmes, for the first time in my life, knows what he is doing. Gives me zero reason to ever second guess him. I love the personalities that we have within the organization, from the front office to the coaches to the players. Everything is being done the way that I would do it myself. The personalities, the coaches, everything is exactly what I as an individual look for. I'm very excited to see how Brad Holmes works his magic tonight. Whatever happens is the right decision until proven otherwise. Let us enjoy and let us not stress out. This is no longer the organization that we all grew up with. Year after year now, the moves have been made right. And we need to have faith and trust in the guys running the show. They do know more than us. So, let us all enjoy this upcoming draft, 45 minutes away from the opening of the 2025 NFL Draft in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Let us enjoy it. hopefully you guys have a good rest of the night. We will not be doing a show tomorrow. I have a few personal things. Hat and Boobs is having a root canal early on in the morning, and I have a tremendous amount of yard work to accomplish. And I'm going to take the weekend off and enjoy my vacation. So we will be back Monday, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m., Monday through Wednesday at youtube.com to discuss the entirety of the NFL draft, arguably one of the most exciting times. It's okay, brother. There are other people out there the same way. Frank the Tank, my fucking dude, bro. You are a badass Blue Wrench crew here on the Hat and Beard Show. I'm so happy to have you here, my guy. Hopefully you can tune in. If not, I completely understand. People have lives, and I upload right in the middle, or do live streams right in the middle of the day. But we will be back Monday morning, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. to break down every decision that the Detroit Lions made. I'm hoping for Tate Ratledge to be on roster, Jameson Williams to no longer be on roster. So, as a salute to the Detroit Lions, tonight, opening the draft, we will enjoy a quick pull of Grit City straight bourbon whiskey. The bottle you're holding pays tribute to the grit, loyalty, and camaraderie that comes with being a bona fide, tried and true Detroit football fan. From the Lions' Den to any given tailgate, show your Detroit pride and keep it real with our no pretense, just damn good Grit City bourbon. The whiskey from, quote, What Up, Doe? Made to be shared by friends and fans alike. This year's limited edition line of Grit City commemorates the 2024 return of the Lions' much revered all-black color rush uniforms, an iconic moment in the franchise's exciting history. This is One Pride. We are all one pride. We will wrap this up with one last chat here from Frank the Tank. I don't know how it happened last year with the injuries. It just wasn't our time, bro. By game week or by week get number one, I will be the number 1 seed or the number 2 seed and will be our rock. We will think of what we were able to accomplish last year with the insane amount of injuries that we had to deal with. Aiden Hutchinson will be a man possessed this year, and whomever we add to the team will fit like a glove. So, guys, cheers to all of you. That's good stuff. Damn, that's real good stuff. We made it. That's going to be it for me. You guys have killed it tonight. Kept the show afloat. Started off a little rocky, but you guys are helping me here to help land this plane. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for telling a friend. That's what we love about you. I've been Hat and Beard. You've been an attentive audience. Until next time, stay out of trouble. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Enjoy the draft. Come in Monday with some hot takes for me, guys. Yeah, that's going to be it. Bonka bonka.